Hey guys, it's James and we're back with another valuation video. Today we're looking at Microsoft Corporation, ticker symbol MSFT. And as you can see from this graph here, year to date, Microsoft has been absolutely killing it, up 36.96%. And Microsoft also is a very attractive investment, also because it does give a dividend yield, even though it's very small at 0.83% per share. But the attractive thing about Microsoft's dividend yield is, at least over the past 10 years, they have consistently increased their dividend yield every single year. With the recent earnings release report at the end of July, accounting for the first half of the year, we can see just a quick scan in the earnings report. Everything pretty much is up for Microsoft. Their revenue was up 8%, operating income was up 18%, net income was up 20%, diluted earnings per share was up 21%. So Microsoft is doing very well. So that begs the question, how well valued is Microsoft when you put it in a discounted cash flow model, Graham's model, or the dividend discount model? Well, I did put a spreadsheet together, taking the ticker symbol Microsoft MSFT, calculated the discounted cash flow model, Graham's model, and the dividend discount model. Everything in the yellow is what I'm going to play around with here and here. Everything in the green will calculate itself. So for Microsoft, you can see their annual free cash flow for the past 10 years has been up with a slight dip recently here. And the 2-year chart, you can see Microsoft did come down to the lows right here, and we're going to discuss that here once we come to the final valuation. It's actually kind of interesting where the valuation ends up, but more on that later. PE ratio of 33.88, dividend yield, we saw that before, and an annual payout of $2.72 annually. So let's start with the discounted cash flow model. As with all of my valuation videos, I'm going to be getting the free cash flow numbers from Macro Trends. Over on Macro Trends, Microsoft's annual free cash flow numbers, scrolling down on the page a little bit, you find that here in 2023, at least at the end of June 30th, 2023, their annual free cash flow number is sitting at 59 billion. And we'll take the most previous 10 years of free cash flow numbers and put it into our calculator, and we have a free cash flow growth of about 11.01% over the past 10 years. Now I do need to change this calculator. It does say 2022, but now we're already halfway through 2023, so I can go ahead and change this to 2023. Perpetual growth rate, I keep that normally for my evaluations around 0.5%, and discount rate around 8%, meaning if you put your cash anywhere else, what would you want? What type of yields or interest would you expect on your cash? And the cash number, or total cash on hand for Microsoft, and the total debt, we can find that over on Seeking Alpha, real simple. Over on the valuation tab, if we come all the way to the bottom, we can see their total debt of $79.44 billion and total cash of $111 billion. I'll just take a peek here at Seeking Alpha's valuation grade. They're giving it an F, which is pretty much the worst score. I'm not sure if you can even get an F minus, but hold on to that and we will compare that to what we get on our investing calculator. So now that we have all the numbers in for the discounted cash flow model, Graham's model, the analysts are expecting Microsoft to grow at around 15% over the next 5 to 10 years. You can find this figure over on Yahoo Finance. Coming over on Yahoo Finance under the analysis tab, you can find the next 5 years at around 14.4%, where the past 5 years have been around 21%. So we put 15% for Graham's model. AAA corporate bond rate is a quick Google search. Now for the dividend discount model, or the Gordon growth model, the dividend payout is sitting around $2.72 annually. The 5-year dividend growth rate over on Microsoft's dividend tab and sub tab dividend scorecard, annual payout $2.72 and 10.12% for their 5-year growth rate. They have consistently grown their dividend over the last 18 years, and the payout ratio is sitting around 27%. So definitely a lot of room to grow. And the risk-free rate, or the 10-year bond yield, is sitting at 4.19%. And return of the market, anywhere from 8 to 12% for this calculation. To be able to make the Gordon growth model actually work for this, we had to choose 12%. If we went ahead and clicked go, we find that the valuation with a 10% margin of safety sits around $205. Now that had me thinking, why is Microsoft so highly valued? And if you recall, going back over to Seeking Alpha's valuation page, you recall they valued Microsoft as an F, meaning pretty much the lowest valuation, but that's only taking a few things into account. It's not taking into account that this company's future growth opportunities are enormous. Microsoft is in a lot of different sectors, and especially in the AI sector, which is expected to grow rapidly over the next 10 years. We also saw over on their dividend page, we also saw that their 5-year dividend growth rate is 10.12%. That is very large 5-year growth rate. Most 5-year growth rates are anywhere from, for an established company, are anywhere from 3 to 7%. Having a dividend growth of 18 years at this 5-year growth rate, with only having a payout ratio of 27%, imagine if this was doubled. That means their dividend yield was doubled, maybe about 1.6, or if they doubled their dividend payout. Imagine if you got $5 or $6 per payout. And I think that's what people are expecting. So I think the reason that Microsoft is so overvalued right now is people are under the expectation that Microsoft's dividend is going to continue to grow, and it's going to continue to grow at an astronomical pace, and they're expecting Microsoft to be one of the leaders in the AI market space here over the next 10 years. I did find this very interesting. When we had a market pullback somewhere between or at the beginning of 2021 all the way down to about December, if we click on this graph here, we can see that the price actually came very close to our valuation. And then obviously when the macroeconomic environment improved, obviously we saw the price continue to go back up. And with the recent earnings report, it has continued to stay around this 320 to 340 valuation range, with it peaking out around 360 a few months ago. So let me know what you thought of this valuation. Let me know if you agree with Microsoft and how much Microsoft you own. I know I own a ton of Microsoft as well as Apple. Head down to the comments. Let me know what you'd like to see next. And with that, thanks for watching.